how annoyed do you think the bartenders are with us right now?
I'm trying to figure out whether they're actively avoiding being here because of Thomas.
Yeah, me too.
Thomas is the cameraman,
Are
by
we
the way.
killing business?
Yeah. Oddball.
Welcome to Oddball. I'm Amin Hassan. That over there is the incomparably striped Charlotte Wilder. We got a great show for you guys today. A little bit later, we'll play a game called Hype Me Up, or as Charlotte calls it,
Hype Me Up.
There it is. But first, we got to start with James Harden's introductory press conference in Los Angeles, Charlotte. It happened yesterday. He's wearing full Clippers regalia. He addressed the media. And if you're thinking that, he's just like, let bygones be bygones, and I'm excited for this new chapter in my life, you thought wrong.
I'm not a system player. I am a system.
Charlotte, that's the tip of the iceberg of the things that he said yesterday.
I'm honestly impressed. I find it, I don't know if inspirational is the word, but I find it really freeing when players, instead of saying nothing in word salad, just go out there and are like, you, you, you. I wish that I had the gumption to be so publicly antagonistic, but I don't like it when people are mad at me. So kudos to James Harden.
Oh. Walk a mile in my shoes, why don't you? Let's play a little game, Charlotte, shall we?
This is why the show works. I mean, the yin and the yang. I don't know if
we're the yin-yang twins. Yeah. Charlotte, let's play a game, right?
Okay.
I've got in my hand a bunch of responses from Joel Embiid to some of James Harden comments, because some of the comments feel very pointed at Joel Embiid. You've got James Harden's comments. So I'll play Embiid, you play Harden, and let's play a little role play. Here we go.
The dramatic role of a lifetime.
Now, for the audience, I wanted to let you guys know, sometimes I'm going to ad-lib a little bit off of Embiid's script. So bear with me. I'm an improvisational actor, okay? I'm not a guy who just reads the lines straight off the script. So let's get it started.
And you know what I mean? I'm going to do that too.
Okay. All right.
Joel, I know we haven't really gotten to talk since I left Philadelphia, but I have a few things I'd like to say to you.
Okay.
The first is that I am not a system player. I am a system.
What's that supposed to mean?
That's supposed to mean that I was asked to sacrifice during my time in Philadelphia, and I got sick of it because I'm a superstar, and the Clippers finally recognized that that's who I really am.
Wait a second. We let you do your thing. In my opinion, we gave you the ball every single possession because you're really good. You're an amazing player. Obviously, being that great a passer, I think we gave you the ball. We give you the ball every single possession to just go out, and do your thing. And from there, you have to make decisions as far as getting guys open or getting looks for yourself.
There's only so much I can do.
I don't know what you're talking about, James. We gave you every opportunity to do what you wanted. I believe we had a chance to win together. We were right there, especially with the team that we have right now. What you're able to add and what you've done, what we've allowed you to do, giving you the ball every single possession, it's unfortunate, but I guess we just got to move on.
Look, Joel, a lot of things lead to debates, and I don't really debate.
That's not my job either. My only job is to try to win. I just want to make that clear. I just want to be in the best position to win, and I thought we had that.
Well, come try it. Shit won't work.
Look, I'm happy the situation got resolved, and I'm happy for you. I hope you have a chance to succeed, make a lot of money, play good basketball, and be able to win. And I hope we both make the finals. But you're on the losing side of it, and I'm on the winning side.
This is my dramatic interpretation of what James Harden would say to that. He did not actually say this in his press conference. Are you just mad at me because I didn't go to your wedding and I skipped it to party with Lil Baby and Bun B and PJ came with me?
This is my dramatic interpretation of the response. You know what? Yeah. You know what? You know how expensive those weddings are? And I can't just invite everybody. So I made a very curated list. And when my now lovely wife says to me, you think James is going to show up? I said, of course he's going to show up. That's my boy. That's my dog. Why wouldn't he show up? And to make matters worse, you took PJ with you. I wanted both of you guys there, and you stood me up, and I will never forget that. I will never forget that, James.
This is now not my interpretation. This is now going back to James Harden's actual words. Well, it's obvious. It's the media's fault.
I think when you're looking at our situation, at the situation, where it probably came from, we couldn't do nothing. It was out of our control. So in that situation, you just got to go with it.
I just knew people were going to talk and say you quit and all that stuff. But then the following summer, the other superstar there wanted to leave. So it's like, am I still the quitter?
Look, the only thing I care about is winning. That's my focus. I hope we're all on the same page because that's all I want. The moment we're not on the same page, and that's a discussion for another day. But the guys here, we want to win, and we're going to do our best.
I wish I was 7 feet and could run and just dunk. Like, that takes no skill at all.
Whoa, okay. Now, that feels like a very pointed criticism of me, James. If you want to say something, say something. Guess what? You know what I wish? I wish I could just eat and not do anything and come out of shape and party all the time and then decide, I don't like it anymore, trade me, and do it every single year, every single conference, every single team. That's what I wish, 7 feet. You think it's easy? I wish you were, so you can see how hard it is. People hitting you the whole time, everyone thinking like you don't feel pain or something just because you're big.
I think you sound like a giant crybaby. Also, did you catch Suns Spurs game last night?
Actually, I didn't. We were playing the game, and then we came back home. I was kind of tired, and it was after media and all that stuff. Asking me all these questions about you, so I didn't really get a chance. What happened? Anything good? How'd Wembanyama do?
Dude, Wembanyama had 38.
Oh, freaking way. Who won?
The Spurs.
Oh,
they won both. They won the back-to-back.
Oh, my God. Wait, hold on. Did KD and Booker play?
Yes.
Whoa. This kid is something else, huh?
Yeah, dude, I think we might be
Wait, hold on. Let me pull up these. Hold on. Let me put up these highlights. Holy crap. He runs the floor like a gazelle. Look at him go. Are you watching this?
Yeah, I watched it in real time, man. I didn't play last night.
Oh, my. This dude. Oh, I thought I didn't know they had TVs at the strip club, but look, this guy covers so much ground. Oh, he ended a half with a pull-up three from deep?
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's unbelievable. Also, even if they don't have televisions, I have 3 phones, and one of them is for strictly watching games. Joel.
Yeah, Robert Covington mentioned that. He said he's got to kind of get his SIM card out of there so he can get his contacts back.
I can't help him with that. I'm not an IT guy.
No, this is insane because it seems like he's adjusting to NBA basketball a lot quicker than any of us expected him to.
Yeah, I think there's this, I don't know if you've watched this show called Oddball, but there's this guy, Amin, who kept being like, yeah, the Spurs are not even going to be good to start. And I feel like Wembanyama is sort of, maybe he heard that.
I don't know.
And he was like, I think I'm going to be very good. And we're going to beat the Suns, who have multiple superstars. I don't know, though, dude. Do you think it's going to make any difference when Bradley Beal comes back? Like, do you think if Beal's in that game, you think the Spurs win?
First of all, let me just say, look, I agree with him. Let's pump the brakes. Remember, the Spurs started out pretty nice last season as well, and then they fell off a cliff. This is
but they didn't have an alien 7'4" phenom.
Yeah, I get it, but like he's not. It's not like he's unstoppable, although he looked unstoppable last night, and it's not like that makes everybody else on his team better, although they looked pretty good last night. I'm just saying, trust me, I know about processes. I know how long this process takes. I was a pretty good player too, I still am. I don't know if you checked, James. I'm reigning MVP. Yeah, look it up. That's me.
I thought. Sorry, Joel. I thought you were doing the role of Amin, saying you were a good player. I just feel like this girl, Charlotte, who's also on that show, thinks that the Spurs actually might be very good this season. And this just seemed, I don't know. I was watching it and I was like, I wish I could do that. I wish I was still 19 years old. I'm 34, dude. I'm exhausted.
You look 44. Let me just say that right now. But also,
it's the beard.
It is the beard. And also the gut. But also, I'm going to throw this out there. The Suns going to go through more rocky times before they figure it out.
If they figure it out. Also, they've got to get through us Clippers in the West.
Yeah, good luck with all that. All I got to do is worry about Giannis and Dame, who I don't think they're getting along, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there, too.
Yeah, me too. I tried texting Dan. I think it might have my number blocked. I don't know. I feel like people don't always like me. I do think you have to worry about the Celtics
James.
though,
I
too,
wonder
man.
why. Every day, there are hundreds of NBA players, coaches, and personnel who walk around with the weight of the world on their shoulders. So much stress, so much pressure, Charlotte. No outlet. Everyone telling them what they're doing wrong. Nobody there to give them the boost that they need to get through the day, except for one institution. It's called Oddball, and it's called...
Hype me up.
There it is. That's right, hype me up. We each get a name of a person or entity. We throw it to our co-host, who then has to come up with some inspirational talk to pep them up, to make them feel better. Charlotte, are you ready?
I am. Nobody understands how hard it is to have that much pressure, and we are here to relieve a little bit of it. Amin, let's go.
Zion and Brandon Ingram were both out with injuries last night, yet the Pelicans still beat Detroit without them. So I guess you are hyping up Zion and Brandon Ingram.
Zion, Brandon, this is incredible. This is amazing. I know it might feel a little bit like, oh, we weren't there. I wish we'd been there to help get this win. First of all, it was the Pistons. You probably didn't really need to be there. However, this means that you guys have a little bit, talk about taking the pressure off. You guys have a little bit of some breathing room now because CJ McCollum, he had 33 points. Matt Ryan had 20 points, which is wild because I thought he had retired from football, but here we are. And this just means that you guys can get to sit back and watch your team flourish. And when you get in there, are you kidding me? We thought the Celtics had a good game with 155 points and 8 guys in double digits. That could be you. That will be you. And you know what? You are the future. And I believe in you, my dudes. Go get them.
There it is. She slipped it in right at the end. Went the whole time without saying dude, and then there it is. All right, what
you
do
got to zig when they zag. I mean, all right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Clippers president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, calls Harden a ceiling raiser, and he's confident he'll make necessary sacrifices to match. Sorry.
Whoa, wait, whoa. You see what I see? I see vaulted ceilings, buddy. I see those ceilings rising up. You got it, Lawrence. I'm going to tell you right now. You got it, and he is going to make sacrifices. You know how I know? You know how I know? Did you listen to that press conference? All he talked about was, I made all the sacrifices. Did you read the Ramona Shelburne report? All he talked about was all the sacrifices he did. Nobody respected him for it, but guess what? You do. You and the Clippers, you guys respect him for those sacrifices. You're going to pat him on the back and let him know, hey, buddy, job well done. And he is going to raise your ceiling. Because I watched that Lakers-Clippers game the other night, and your offense in the second half, kaput. It was just ISO, ISO, ISO. Nobody was able to create for anybody else other than themselves. James will help you with that. Lawrence, you got it, man. You guys did it. They said it couldn't be done. They said, hey, they're going to have to include the untouchable Terrence Mann. You said, no, Terrence Mann, untouchable. They said, hey, you're going to have to give up on hometown kid Norman Powell, who went to UCLA. And you said, nope, Norman Powell staying. They said, hey, nobody wants Nicolas Batum. He's 112 years old. He's retiring next year after the Olympics. You said, yep, they're going to take it. And they did. They did. You control this. You're the man, Lawrence. You're the man.
Wow. Nobody tell Lawrence that the reason they accepted it is because they just want to get rid of James so bad.
Nobody puts Lawrence in the corner. Charlotte, right. Billy Donovan is who you're hyping up again after Zach Lavine's response about the players-only meeting. Please explain Zach Lavine's response about the players-only meeting before you begin to hype up Billy Donovan.
Oh, Billy, you were not making this easy for me, my dude. Okay. Lavine said, a team meeting is when guys collectively call themselves in and talk about things. We didn't have a team meeting. I think it's a basketball conversation. You get your ass kicked on the first day, and we're having conversations from top to bottom. If we don't want coaches in there while we are talking, then it's not a team meeting. It's players talking amongst ourselves. I don't know if coach got that misunderstood or not. Billy.
Yikes. So I guess you got to hype up Billy Donovan now?
Okay.
Oh, my God. I've never seen you so defeated in this segment.
Billy, remember Billy, my dude. Last week, I was like, listen, this is fine. You're starting if you start with low expectations, the only place to go is up. I might have given you a little bit of false hope, but now you're really at rock bottom, it seems, in terms of how your players feel about you, because not only did they say it wasn't a meeting, they said it was a conversation that they didn't want you there for, which I would assume means they were talking about you. And this just gives you even more of a reason to go in there and win them over. You got to go in there and you got to be like, guys, I hear you. Even, you know what? Address Zach. Be like, Zach, I get it. You're frustrated, man. You're saying things in the media that are getting back to me. And I just want you to know I'm not angry. Billy, you're not angry. You just want to heal things. You just want things to get better. And you're going to say to him, let's have a basketball conversation, you and me. And he'll respect that. And so, Billy, this is actually great. This is great for you because now when the bar's on the floor, you can really just step over it. So the fact that he's still talking about it a week later, though, that's, oh, man. Well, we'll come back to that, I'm sure, at some point, probably next week when Zach Lavine says something else about it. You have to hype up Bradley Beal watching Devin Booker return from injury to join Kevin Durant and lose against the Spurs. You're hyping up Bradley Beal.
Brad, listen to me, man. I know it looks bad. Team's struggling a little bit. They lost last night to a bunch of babies, and the freak monster baby as well. Don't worry about it because actually, come here a little closer. I'll tell you something. Actually, this is in your favor. That's right. The team is struggling, Brad, without you. You get to be the big hero when you come back. You said, hey, you guys had all that time to play without old Brad, and what did you get done? Zip, zilch, nothing, nada. You lost to the Spurs twice. You lost to the Lakers. Now you get to walk in and say, hey, guys, you did it your way. It didn't work that well. Now let's do it my way. And then when the Suns end up going on this huge run through the season and the playoffs, guess who they're going to be carrying on their shoulders? You. That's who, Brad. So just, stick with me here. Just slow play it. Make sure your back is fine. Let them kind of struggle a little. And then when you come in, you put on that cape. You save the day. Tell them Amin sent you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
Thank you. Vern Fleming.
Vern.
After Kevin Durant's game against the Spurs last night, he is now 7 assists away from moving up the NBA all-time list. Durant has 4,287 career assists, which ranks 100th. And he can pass Vern Fleming for 99th with 7 assists. Vern Fleming's at 4,293. So you have to hype up Vern Fleming, who might be knocked down from 99 to 100 in a few days.
This is my favorite kind of hype up. I love hyping up guys whose records are about to be broken because everybody sees it as a negative. Everybody sees it as, oh my God, Vern, you're about to be usurped. KD is about to take over. Who cares? Vern, your record stood for so long. Your record stood for so long. Do you know how hard it is to even have a record in the NBA? Most guys don't. Also, quick aside, it is insane that there are 98 people who have more assists than that. That feels like a lot of assists to me. Anyway, Vern, I just think that this is a testament to what you did for the game of basketball because you now have someone, one of the best players in the league right now, coming up behind you. First of all, he hasn't gotten there yet. Second of all, he's following in your footsteps. And you have set the bar so high that now you're just watching the game that you helped build keep growing and get better. So, Vern, congrats. You're a legend. Also, when was the last time somebody hyped you up? So,
I don't know.
You're welcome.
I don't know if we can keep going back to that well, right? Like, hey, Vern,
Okay.
Guess what? You drop down 100, you're still top 100, right? Also, hey, Vern, you did it in 12 years. You only played 893 career games. Kevin Durant, on the other hand, no one wants to talk about this stat compiler. He's been in the league since 2007. That's 15 years. He's played 991 career. It's 100 more games. 100 more games. Why wouldn't he break
Vern,
your
you were
record?
just out there just passing everybody the ball.
You were efficient, Vern. You walked on the floor and you were doing that. You were doing that. You weren't jacking shots. You were finding people. And guess what? will remember you, even if you drop down to 101. Who's next on the list who could catch him, by the way?
I will remember
I'll tell you right now.
Also,
who's next on
I
the list?
am sweating in my Nancy Myers outfit today. Let me tell you.
Vern, you're in trouble, bro. Vern, you might be in trouble.
All right. I mean, your last one.
Give it to me.
Sorry, I had a moment there where I was on a high of a hype me up. That felt good. You have to hype up Jordan Poole because he heard what you said about him on yesterday's show.
And he's exactly 1,000% the person that I thought he was. Hey, Jordan. First of all, thanks for watching the show. It's a labor of love, but we put our one foot ahead of the other every day and try to make it happen, Charlotte and I. So, about what I said about you. It's not that I don't like you. It's I don't like the way you play basketball. And what you're doing in Washington kind of feels like making a mockery of the game. Now, having said that, there are people on the internet, apparently, who think that, if the Wizards aren't going to win, they might as well be entertaining. And I guess they're defining what you're doing as entertaining. At the very least, what I can say is, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Because Oddball kind of exists because we like to talk about these weird angles and different stories off the beaten path and stuff. And so every time you do something that's erratic or just not in the vein of competitive nature, that actually helps us and creates better content for us, which allows us to talk about you more. And, everyone knows it's an attention economy, right? Everyone's got to get their mentions and their clouts and stuff. And this is how you keep yours going. No one will forget you playing on the worst team in the league if you keep doing things like that. So that I talk about it. So guess what? I'm helping you help me. I'm helping you help me. And we're both making money because of it. How about that?
Keep missing those shots. Keep missing those shots, Jordan.
In that way, though. Don't do it in a boring way. Do it in a spectacularly embarrassing way.
Yeah, please shoot a three, turn around, and then miss.
Yeah, or turn your back to Kristaps Porzingis and do some lazy behind-the-back dribble and like a shimmy and a turnaround and get blocked. Like those, and always, if you're down 20, make sure you maximize the showboating. And to indicate to people that you have no idea or care what the score is, and everything's going to work out great for the both of us. You're my guy. Draymond Green is too busy working on team chemistry to work on his podcast.
Draymond, okay. You haven't had a podcast episode come out since July, which that seems like a sacrifice. That seems like a pretty big thing not to do. You had a bunch of downloads, man.
Let me just say this real quick. As a podcaster, not good. Not good to go dark that long. People are creatures of habit. So
yeah, you had momentum. You had a listenership. You had a following. You were charting regularly. I mean, those episodes. Yeah. Anyway, so this is actually very impressive to me that you took time off to work on team chemistry, to work on basketball. You got rid of a distraction. You were locked in. And here's what you said recently about team chemistry. I just want everyone to know. Last year, we had an awful team as far as chemistry goes. Pathetic. We look at last year and say, oh, man, this team hasn't lost a Western Conference series under Steve Kerr. And then it happens. The big reason why is our chemistry sucked. Last year was horse shit. It was hard to come to work. This year, you see the joy on guys' faces when they come in the building. You got guys staying over 2 or 3 hours after, just sitting around talking, getting here 2 or 3 hours early just to be here. You start to see that and be like, okay, this is a group that likes being together. Draymond, as someone who definitely had nothing to do with the team chemistry issues last year, I say congrats. You are fostering a sense of community. You are bringing men together. You're probably talking about your feelings in there. And you have done this at the expense of a very, very successful podcast, which is hard to do. I don't know if you know this. There are a lot of podcasts out there. And I commend you. I think this year, who says no? You're going to the finals. The only thing that can stop you is if Chris Paul starts a podcast. But
I like that. I like how that ended. I like how you landed the plane.
Thank you. I can't get all the way around. How's he still going?
Passer. Pastor, Charlotte,
Yeah,
I'm stuck.
me too.